we need to make a stand. Let's understand one another and learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, love is all we need to make a stand. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home. Love is all we need to make a stand. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia.
Yeah, hello to everyone. This show has been dedicated to everyone who will be watching today. To all the Liberian people, you are welcome. Liberia is the only home we have. We need a peaceful home.
Celebrate and have a peaceful home. Ladies and gentlemen, Sakanjiba will now dedicate this song to the Liberian people. After a period of 133 years of one-party system, it is the time that the Liberian people will vote and choose their own leader.
My name is Munel Kishan, aka the General. We'll be having a nice show today. Let's talk about rape and politics.
Election for unity and
Anyone who sit back and refuse to speak about rape, you're on your own.
ooh la la.
What's up, Dwight Boat? Welcome. Please share this video. I will be here for the next 1 hour.
This world is not for war. God made all of us to be together, live as one.
Also, you can follow me on YouTube. Just go to Kishen the General. So you can go back there anytime, or while you're home, you can watch it. Just switch on to YouTube and you can watch it.
Let's come together and work together. Trouble is in, we solve our problem, mama. Discrimination, we solve our problem, mama. Let's come together and work together, mama. We don't want no holla, holla. We don't want no confusion. We don't want no holla, holla. We don't want no confusion, yeah. Let's celebrate and have a good time, brother. Let's celebrate and have a good time, sister. Let's join hands and sing together, baby. So, oh sweet Liberia, land of liberty. Oh sweet Liberia, land of freedom. Oh sweet Liberia, a peaceful election. Oh sweet Liberia, let's rejoice and sing. Oh sweet Liberia, together we can make it stand. Sweet Liberia, let us celebrate. Oh sweet Liberia, election commission. Sweet Liberia, together we can make it stand. Oh sweet Liberia.
Okay guys, thank you very much, and I appreciate your time, your patience for coming on, and let us talk about politics. Okay, and I don't know if you guys hearing any feedback from my stuff here. Let me see. Are you guys getting any feedback from like someone in the background talking? I hope. Let me see something. Let me see. Okay, I think everything okay. Everything is fine. Okay, yes, this is Munal Kishen, aka the General, will be here for the next 1 hour, and my topic for the day is we'll be talking about rape, and then from there we'll jump into politics. My people, is very sad. It's sad. This thing been around a long time. But you see, there is time for everything. There is time for everything. Some people ask, why now? Yes, it's now. It's now. You see, things happened before and nobody could talk about it. But out of Liberia, people traveled and they went back home and they noticed that what we were doing before was nonsense and it was not okay. Especially some of our older fathers and brothers who been going after children. We say, oh, they make the get or go apart. Yes, because of poverty. We agree that nobody complained at the time. Nobody say anything, so it was okay. I can remember T. Ernest Eastman, the late T. Ernest Eastman. The first time I ever saw his girlfriend, I thought that was his daughter. I thought I was his daughter, to be frank with you. And just to find out that was his little girl. that his little girlfriend. We were to Shacks this day, and I had a friend. We were all walking, and the guy said, "Oh, hello, Mr. Eastman." He said, "No, just call me Ernest." But we saw all that. We saw all that. People, children. Hold on 1 minute, please. This me, of course. I'm sorry. People, children in Liberia have been, the girls have been taking care of the family. But let me say this. No matter what happened, there is no justification for a man to rape a woman. I saw people on Facebook giving all kinds of flimsy excuses. You know, sometimes it's not that when a man come out or a woman come out and still want to justify. I rather don't really go at them, because some people think because the way the girl dresses or the way the girl carry herself, that should encourage men. No. Any man who try to rape a woman, who force a woman to have sex, he's a dirty, he's just an evil man. He's an evil man. No matter how the woman dress, still don't give you that thought to go after them. No matter. They got a lot of women in the street. They got women who are 18 years old and above. Approach them. If they like you, fine. They're above the age. But why would you want to touch a baby? Why would you want to damage a 7-month-old baby or 4-year-old girl? Why? Why would you want to do that? Why? That is not fair. That is witchcraft. Witchcraft. Why would you want to do that? Now, who are you going to blame? They say we shouldn't talk about the government. Ellen Johnson time they had over 4,000 rape cases and whatsoever. Yes, we agree. They had it during Ellen Johnson time. I know about it. No. We're not a member of Ellen Johnson. We're not a member of this group. We're not a member of the past or past the present whatsoever. We are not. But speaking now is nothing different. It's not late. We can get it right now. There should be a law passed. There's a law in Liberia that rapists are bailable. Now people getting to understand that it's wrong. You know, some people think that if you bring a girl in a house, let me tell you, a victim sometimes will not fight you. They will not fight you, and you think they agree to what you're doing. But when you leave, and then they take the complaint. But because they don't want to get hurt, so they don't fight, and you think they agree. Oh yes, but she consent. No. She not. Even your wife, you can rape your wife once she's not okay with it. But according to the Bible, yes, it says, woman, you're not supposed to refuse a husband, but you cannot force it. Sex, the two parties got to agree. Got to agree. If you go take a 7-year-old or 13 or 14, you think she just... So who the oldest person right there? Who's supposed to be the smartest one? Who got the brains? You. Look at this guy, Tobias. Tobias is the only child for his mom. I don't know when he was coming up with, when he was raped, if he been raped before by somebody. But Tobias, the only child for his mom. His mom spoiled him. People who know the story. How can you sleep with your 14-year-old daughter, your daughter from 6 years old to 14 years, and then you won on the 10 years old, and you went to Liberia? And look, we said this in long time. Tobias' name banned on the whole rape business, but everybody think that when you say these things, it's like you're going after people. I do not overlook it. If a woman come out and say this person raped me, you need not to chastise that woman. If they say this man harassed me, do your own investigation. Sometimes I see people going after the victim, like the girl who said that Dixon Sibo harasses her, and Dixon Sibo continued to go after because he wanted to have sex with her, and he went and jailed this girl. And some stupid women came out and tried to justify that Dixon Sibo is not like that. So who are these women? They slept with Dixon before to know that Dixon is not like that. You cannot overlook any news from a woman until it is proven guilty or not guilty. Then we know. But that is sad. And then I listened to our so-called wonderful president, Dr. Josh Manawia, with his interview. Oh, the citizen is a good thing. The citizen got a right to demonstrate and whatever. But what they bought for her? Well, I was busy for almost 5 months. You haven't been to office. I was busy, so I sent my protege. Maybe I'm wrong. Proteges are people who you training to do something that you training to take over from you. He sent his protege to go collect the petition, and they refuse. There's a disrespect. Power. That's why I posted some of the pictures of George Weah when in 2005 when this whole president business were put in front of him. That's the George Weah I know. What were you doing at the time? Watching TV and looking at the protest. You say you were busy. But you were busy watching Facebook and seeing the protesters. And police went there, beat those women off, beat them, drove them away. Oh, you guys causing problem for the country. Who told you guys that protests cause problem? Protests bring changes. Yeah? No matter how many organizations we have in Liberia, if the government of Liberia do not put their foot down or to come up with some harsh laws, nothing will happen in Liberia. We will speak from now to Judgment Day. The government is the one that controls everything. Then I come to this. Is George Weah a real father? Is George Mane Weah, President, Republic of Liberia, a real dad? Not everybody who pregnant a woman, half child or married and half child are real dad. They got some people who got money, they are not still real dad because they don't know how the children grew up in the house. Did George Weah ever spend time with his daughter to know what's happening in their lives? No. But Liberian people are all over the place trying to exonerate, to exempt, to take George Weah out of the picture and just say, oh yeah, we ourselves been speaking about rape. Yes, you've been speaking about rape, I agree. But what are you doing now is is on your lap, it's on your decks. We agree Ellen never did anything when it came to rape. But what are you doing now since you are in charge? Since you are in charge. Liberia is so small. This president is only in control of Montserrado County, not even Montserrado, Monrovia. Because the country the president has never visited any other counties since the election. Everything happened in Monrovia, this president is aware. This president is supposed to come out and speak. We never elected political appointees like Sametware or the Minister of Gender. We never elected these people. We elected George Weah. The voice, the message from the president has power. It can damage the country when the president is mute. A lot of things happen in the country because the president can do. They say action speaks louder than words. The president went on his film station LBS because to him now he owned it, interviewed by legend who running and can't even answer a fitting question and trying to justify, give excuses. I thought this president was even coming to knock the damn table and say, listen, if anybody that will grab you, if we arrest you right now, where we will put you before you go to court, you will not even want to go there in the first place. This is what we want to do. That is what I want seen to a damn president. Not to come and justify that, oh, I send my, well, that's their right. But some people just go and protest. You worry about some people? When you were protesting for the last 12 years, you protested. Ellen this, Ellen that, Ellen this, Ellen that. Ellen is a criminal. Corruption King Kong. You never knew. You're all in the street carrying casket all over the place. All over the place. Calling Ellen names, take panties and put a ketchup on it and say, oh, Ellen this, Ellen that. But at the same time, you were working in the government. You were the peace ambassador, then became senator. All your boys worked with Ellen. Samuel 12 was working with finance ministry. Magay was working with internal affairs. Everybody within them were working. You were on the bench. So what kind of substitute are you? So all that 12 years you spent on the bench, you learned nothing. You never saw them playing, and the mistakes were all clear. This president is all about himself. That is why when we're talking about rape, we'll not stop it. Because evil thinkers are evil doers. So majority of the government officials are rapists. Yes. You know, speaking about it and taking actions is two different things. You can't just sit by and say, oh well, and this is what we want to do. People are angry. That is why they say, oh yeah, kill them. People are angry. That is why they say, oh, do this to them. But yet and still, they need to pass a very strong law. But since the law is not strong, the executive has the power to invoke something. Empower your police director instead of empowering your police director to go after citizens who are criticizing you. You worry about people criticizing you, then people dying. You worry about people criticizing you, then people, children being raped in Liberia with nothing coming, killing them, raping them, and nothing coming about it. You worry about people criticizing you, then your people in Liberia having food to eat. Using government resources and acting as if you are the most generous Liberian ever will ever find. You think the people of but Liberians, it's in your hands. This rape issue must stop until people start killing a rapist that they believe is a rapist and sometimes he's not. Then they will understand. Then they will understand. Because this is not fair. How will you feel, Mr. President, for your daughter to be raped? How will you feel for your daughter to be violated? How will you feel? What action? How will you feel as a parent that your son is raped? How will President Weah feel to say, oh God, my son, my daughter? President Weah got a daughter. And how do you feel to hear that some of your men or yourself sleeping with a 14-year-old girl in Liberia? How will you feel? You feel good about it? Or that is that medicine? Sleeping with underage children, what? It gave you what? What? You guys don't have no damn remorse. No remorse. This one I'm going to be very graphic because nobody around me. Maybe you hearing it. No remorse. Why do you sleep with underage girls? So they will feel the shit that you get between your legs? Or you can't sleep with the bigger girls anymore because maybe they told you now they old. What the fuck going on? Why are we doing this to ourselves? If any child up there, just try and get off this thing yet. If I am friendly with no child anyway. But this is nonsense. We cannot continue to do this to our girls. Do you know what rape do to girls? No self-esteem. They damage it damage their future. They live for it for the rest of their life, especially when you force them and they be looking at them, but they can't fight back. They can't fight back. No matter how a woman dresses or dress in Liberia or anywhere, that's not supposed to wake your damn dick up. No. All the women are in the street, all the prostitutes that's in the street, even prostitutes, you don't even rape them. You do not. You do not. So you won't tell me if a man walk in the street and take off his shirt and walking in the street, they should jump on here and rape him too? Don't you know that women has rights the same way? Raping women is a human rights issues. It's human rights issues. Like any other issues. It takes something away from that woman. If they're in other countries, they will not survive. Because the women always a victim. Other countries, they will kill them. No man will ever marry them again. No man will marry them. So the burden of the whole rape is on this government. The government will be held liable. It's on them. We can speak from now to Judgment Day. It's on the government. It's on the head of George Manneh Weah, 25th president of Liberia. It's on the head. Look at Tobias. Look at Tobias. He's not the only person. There are a lot of people in Liberia who sleep with their daughters, and people laugh about it. So in a community, I would never live in any community and they say that person sleeping with his daughter, and I will have to either complain it. Seriously. But people in Liberia, you will hear it, they say, oh, that man can sleep with all his children. And nobody said nothing. Everybody relax. Everybody relax. The children are afraid to speak out. But thank God, this girl, her entire life is done, because that's the way sometimes the men take advantage. And she will have no confidence in men anymore. You take something from them. You take something from them. Liberia is not the only country that doing that. But we notice Liberia. Let me give why we notice small countries. You got a big top of water. You got a small little bucket. You put your hands in the blue and just take a pinch and you put it into the top. You take a little pinch, the same size amount, and put in the small. The small little one will be very deep blue and the other one will be light blue. That is how Liberia looking. Liberia is so small that anything happen in Liberia, we will know. They got people in America that rape every day. But when Liberia start documenting, when the government start documenting names and say this guy is a rapist and let everybody know. One of the things I will tell you to my living God, when a man rape, you got to be found guilty. But you got to isolate that man first. The first thing, if that man is guilty, I will tell you, put him in the damn truck, drive around town before you take him to jail. Don't look. You gotta be a man gotta be guilty and find you gotta find guilty before you gotta be and find guilty in the court of law. But if a woman don't get me wrong, they got people who lie. There's a boy in America who went to jail for so long. Finally, he's released by the same victim. You understand? We know that. We know that people lie. We know that. But when a woman say John Brown raped me, investigate. The first thing, they will arrest the man. No matter what, you got to be arrested. They got to go through all the testing. It's just that we got to be very, very responsible. That is why I don't just call people name on. Like Tobias, he's a rapist because it's clear. I listened to his daughter. I listened to his daughter interview. So you got to do your investigation. Okay, they said that the DNA machine and whatsoever. But when the government says, whether you get DNA machine or not, you can still do that DNA right around the country. The president say, oh, the first DNA machine we had was not working too good. So I said, I told the finance minister, let back. Who let? Then he said, oh, we, you, who? The president, everything is him. I. This is a serious problem. Every Liberian needs to speak about it. This is not about George Weah alone, but George Weah's name will get involved because he's the president. For Christ's sake, he is the president. Calling meetings and setting a committee, it will not help. You need to take the bold step. You need to take a very bold step before you set up the committee. You need to send the message, Mr. President, zero tolerance. When you send the message and you set up a committee, it sounds right. But you set up a committee and say, okay, y'all go come back and this and that. You can see the remorse in your voice. Speaking like a chick. Then you'll see the president put oh, they didn't respect the president. Who told you that people should bow down to this president? Who told you that? Speaking your mind out, it mean that you disrespect the president. Yes, I agree, people curse the president. And even if they curse the president better than other people who suffering. The president better than people who in the street whole day hustling to find food. The president better than people who can send their children to school. The president better than Liberians who struggling every day. They can't even go to hospital. The president better than the other people. He's not the king. Liberia is not owned by him. He's not the only patriotic Liberian, because he's behaving as someone who's not patriotic. This president have enriched himself on the backs of the Liberian people. On the backs of the Liberian people. But when we say, oh, we hate the president, I hate no damn president. We're talking about the president. Look, Liberia problem is not the government. We are the government. We elected the government. It's governance. We've been having bad leadership since 1847. The only good one we had, his own people fought him and we removed him. Talbot. Talbot behaved like a real good substitute. Talbot was vice president to Tubman for all those years, not 27 years, because there was not a vice president for Talbot. But what he did when Talbot died and he took over, he came with a damn good change from mat to mattress. Higher high. Things were booming all over the country. Liberia had one of the strongest liberalization policies during the Talbot administration. No damn foreigner could say anything easily. Nobody. Some of us who were 3 years old or whatsoever, but no damn Lebanese man or Asian or whoso man will come and just walk through easily at that time. Yes. You see, so this is the problem. But now, since we killed him, we've been struggling. The same thing that we executed the 13 ministers, officials. Just what we did, they executed them. I say we because I'm a Liberian. I can't exempt myself. They publicly hanged them for what? Corruption, treason. The same countrymen started doing the same thing. Started the same old thing. Started the same thing. Yes, we're going to open a new page. We decided to open a new page. If Doe, who took over Liberia in a bloody coup, could transform himself, President Weah can do it. Doe, who everybody, oh, the man knew nothing, this and that. President Weah had more opportunity than Doe. Seriously. But this president bragged about traveling around, live in some of the good. Yes, you slept in some of the good hotels when your team go and play. But did you live there? You move around, you make any contact there? The president get no damn contact. We know. But because Liberians, you are good to be lied to, you guys are super people. That is why some people say, yeah, because of poverty or whatsoever. I agree in a sense. I agree. You get a young girl in Liberia. Why can you help this girl? You must lay down with her. Even if the lay girl is qualified, you must sleep with her before you give her a job. If you want to push her, say she want you. Don't force it. But go after people who are adults. Leave the young children, the innocent children alone. That is why I don't want them to recommend killing like that first. But your nut seed need to be hammered on the damn tree and put some red ends around you, cover your nose so it can't go into your nose, and let it burn the shit out of, bite all over your body. Then before we take you in. Yes. These are some of the harsh punishment. The next man will never ever finger before I say having sex. Oh, because the leg get vulnerable. You see the leg get pass. Hey, you get come here. Go in the room, go clean. They get calling you uncle. Oh, Uncle John, Uncle this. Go in the room, go clean my room. Listen, I can talk about rape from now to Judgment Day. I never even opened a woman. Me, I used to, when we're coming up, let me tell you this one. When we're coming up, I always told people, I said, me, I want the door open before I go there. I got a 30 years old daughter. Why would I want to go after a 17 years old anymore? Or 18 or 20? And I'm married at that rate too. And I'm married. I got everything from right in the house I live in. And even if I want to fool around, why should I go to somebody who not mature, who don't even know the hell that going on? I can vouch, I can put my hand on it. I got witnesses to prove that when I was in Liberia working with labor ministry, I have came across women, girls coming to the season that I gave money to, because I know that, how you want to call names, it's painful. You feel, look, I'll tell you today, you people don't understand. I raised my daughter by myself and the mom in Liberia. Then I live in a house with a woman and a child. Now the child is what? 15 years old. My daughter in Liberia, my first daughter, I raised her, her mom raised her. We never lived together because when I'm married, you know, coming up, young children, this and that. But I practically raised my daughter. I know what it means, that love. That love. Is that low self-esteem? That's why people do that. But why this government can come up hard? I saw Iso on Spoon TV. Let's see the remorse in your face. Seriously. The president speaking, he justified all kinds of things why they had to disperse the protester. We watching this thing here. We watching it on YouTube. People whipping them. We watching it on YouTube. People whipping them. But you understand, the president say, oh no, you know, so they get some people that I know some people. Know some people. This president say you are busy. But you can't talk to your own citizen. You only speak to seditious. Now, if this president is comfortable to speak to seditious and anybody, but he's comfortable speaking his church, then speak from your church to the nation. Address the nation from there. But you go in the church, you take time and talk about Henry Costa. You take time, you talk about Prophet Keys. You take your time, you talk about Darius Taylor. You take your time, you talk about other people who criticizing you. You the one in charge. They're not in charge. They are not in charge of this country. You are the one in charge, Mr. President. Why will you be crying about Henry Costa saying things about you? Because you love gossip. That's the problem. And it will not take you nowhere. And the people who are around you enjoy it, so they tell you more. They gave you all the information. So Mr. President and John Brown were talking about you again. And he enjoyed it, man. This president enjoyed the thing they call gossip. You get Antonio Nathaniel McGill. You got all these guys then just going around lying to him. All the president know that he's the best president. Just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the reality has not kicked in yet to George Weah. It's not even kicking yet. They want to cheat for the election. I will get there. But this rape issue. Now, let's go to our so-called pastors and bishops. I saw Bar. No, God get patient. God has patience. He's very patient. Molba Molu and this dude were in the camp. They had this program they called the Queen Sheba program, that Liberians will go to America, see people contributing that in paying $25, this and that. Fake pastor. Molba Molu was in the camp. That is why I continue to challenge them. Let them show Joshua picture in the camp, because at the time Joshua was in his prime. Joshua, by the time he traveled, journalists behind him taking picture. Lot of pictures. Let them show us one. So lies. I was listening to Kings FM, and this guy on there today talking about George Weah. You see, the journalists in Liberia too, they are serious. They are our problems. They are not journalists. I call them John the List. That's how I call them, John the List. These guys, they are all bunch of grave seekers. How can you be a journalist and you only praising Kings FM? Kings FM. Lying. Some of them people say Joshua from Sastan, Grand Crew. That's a lie. Joshua never lived in Grand Crew. Joshua's entire history is confused. The biography of Joshua is confused. When you go on the internet now, I can show you 3 different ones with different information that he himself don't even know. Joshua never lived in Sastan, like what he always said. He never lived there, because Mr. Weah was not living there and his mom was not living there. So let me ask you now, Mr. Weah, his father was in Monrovia. Never lived in Sastan, in Grand Crew. Mr. Weah never supported Grand Crew in a county meet. Even when Red Rappo then played for Grand Crew, President Weah never supported Grand Crew as a player or whatsoever. Yeah. They had the opportunity, first division players, 4 first division players could play. George Weah know that he's from Montserrat County. But you see the mistake we're making? You can be a crewman and born in Montserrat County. What county you think you're supposed to support? Montserrat County. When your father from Bassa, it mean that you got to be from Bassa. If you are born in Bassa, Bassa is your first county, and then your second county is where you live in. Like you see Darius Dillon, Bassa, and whatsoever. But you born in Monrovia, if wherever your residence is, yes, you can contest. You need only 1 year residency to contest in any county. But everything about Weah is lies, and the radio stations will just lie. And who listen to the radio station? CD Shed. They're not fooling you, they're not fooling me. We already know the story. We know the truth. But we can't trust them for now. Now I'll go back to the pastors. The time this pastor took to go and kneel and to endorse Thomas Fowler, no pastors among them have ever spoken against rape. Yeah. How God will not punish Liberia when pastors then all into politics, greed, anointing, and they are all fake pastors. God don't talk to them. The Bible says we should respect this, but the same Bible said that there will be disgrace. There will be disgrace when you try to blaspheme. They put a big hat on the head. They think they all near God. You ever saw Michael Francis working in the government? But today, Bishop Winger got a job with the government. All the pastors, but you know they got a new ATM machine on the plane. You eat it. Like Alpha Toba said today, when they give it to you, you take it. That's the people money. That's the people money. Don't let nobody fool you. Montserrat County should not go to George Weah. Montserrat County, you got to do everything to take Montserrat away from George Weah, to send that caveat, to send that message that you, President Weah, we are ready for you. We are ready for you. You, President Weah, we are ready for you. So please, guys, we need to start to support candidates of your choice. You know, it's so sad. They got some good guys they got some good guys in CDC. But the problem here is that we cannot give them power, because you know what? President Weah, none of them brave enough to stand up to George Weah. No sedition brave enough to stand up to President Weah. No. Nobody. None of them brave enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? But every day they will come to you and lie. How in the world can you compare Thomas Fowler, who was there for 15 years in a district and cannot show one public project, then you say he's a developer? Thomas Fowler, who sold plank, good, he was a strong guy, he was a determined man. He's not a criminal. He was not a criminal. He became Senate and representative. Montserrado, CDC, powerful in Montserrado, won and started to build houses all over the place for himself. Is that what you call development? Is that what you call achievement? No. Only stupid people will say that, and the stupid ones who in America, Europe, and whatsoever will even try to consider that. Oh, Tifa built a school. Yes. How many people go to that school? How many librarians can afford it? Tifa did anything with the public school in that era? No. No. Tifa bought motorbikes for his people in that era to work? No. Everything for him, like Kissy man. I'm not trying to damage the Kissy people, but that one is not trusted. When we call them criminals, it mean that they went and broke or stole down. The equipment will say white collar criminals. They are white collar criminals. But we don't jail them like the black kid who jack a cell phone. Yeah. You got a senator for the first time. A senator for the first time who told us that this is what I will do when I'm elected. This is what I'm going to do if I'm elected. I will disrupt constructively. I would show you all my salary, and this is what I'm going to take. That is why I will always say it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know a good leader. If it takes you time to know a good leader, then check your brains. So Darius Dillon is the man. Darius Dillon is the man. The man who George Weah is afraid of. George Weah is so obsessed with Darius Dillon until he can't even get one himself. Obsessed. That is why I sometimes call Darius Dillon the what? Our David. He's the David. Yeah. He's our David. Darius Dillon. This man have accomplished his promise. He put in one legislature, one bill, and they put it on the floor. They took it to read. The president we have put in one since he was there for 3 years. No. The Thomas Fowler put in a bill that he sponsored. The only one we know was to remove Kabina Jana. That is why Mike Jabate said, if any Mandingo man votes for Thomas Fowler, they are dogs. They are dogs. Guys, we need to support Dillon. The Cash App is over there. Let me give you all a secret here. I was in Liberia in 2018. I will tell you, nobody can tell me about camping anymore. I went to Liberia. I spent 5 months there. I never went there to go enjoy myself, to go on the football field or to go on the beach or whatsoever. This is the time the Liberian people have all kinds of programs. All kinds of programs. They're having coin contests. They're having this. They will come to you. Oh, we want you to do this. We want you to do that. Every program that is held in your honor is not free. It's not free. You will foot the bills. You will foot the bills. When they coming out to endorse you, you will foot the bill. You will be the one to do everything. Yeah. So if Darius Dillon going to touch base with the 17 counties and the over how many communities, he need transportation. If Darius Dillon don't go there and Joshua sent your money there, look, I don't trust these people, especially when they're in Liberia. They need to survive. Now, look what happened with the CPP. People are resigning, people doing this, Yeke Koluba resign and whatsoever. But my message here goes to the ANC people, goes to Mr. Cummings. If anything goes wrong with the CPP, it will be on you. It will affect you greatly. People believe that sometimes they want to see you and you cannot see you. This bureaucracy or whatsoever, it is a problem. Yes. It's a serious problem. There are people around Cummings who are not doing what they need to do. They're only there to stop people. The youth in Liberia, they are almost 60 to 65% of the total votes in our country. You cannot, why will you even allow it? You heard the news that these guys sat with Twe and they went into a meeting. The people need to survive. They see their friend, they can't stand the poverty anymore. They can't stand it. So the little you got, share it with them. When I say you should do the same thing what George we are going to do, but the little you got. And now by the time we talk about people leaving because they're not directly connected with ANC, everybody don't care, let it low. No. We need everybody in Liberia. We need every individual in Liberia to be part of the CPP. We need everybody to be part of the CPP. Man, sometimes I can just get sick and tired with the whole damn Liberia business. I can't lie to nobody. I can just get sick and tired. Because every day you just look, you still don't have sense. You don't know that CDC really want to see you guys not to stand up by yourself, to stand together. Don't you know they want to see you that you should break away? But my question here to people, you spend all your life criticizing George Weah, and you see all the wrong thing George Weah doing. When you leave the CPP, who are you going to vote for? You think for the few bucks they gave you will keep you? Because when they win for the second time, they don't give a damn. You're going to sit there for the next 9 years. That's it. Why will you jeopardize your future? Mr. Cummings, you need to talk to these people. You need to be flexible. You need to be, don't be like Tim Duncan, who won titles, but he's not likable. Be like Darius Dillon, even more. The people got to like you. You got to be affectionate. The people got to understand who is Cummings. But we got some of the ANC members who, oh God, who don't care and think that one party can defeat Joshua. You're lying. You guys are liars. If everybody goes individually, Joshua might not win the first round, but the second round, Don't depend, because that's where the money. And then what? Joshua has so many advantages in his corner. He's the president. He can use any amount of money. So the CPP, you must do everything. President Weah wants 2 senators out, Yombly and Dillon. CPP. Sometimes I don't know, man. It just gets frustrated, but it's just that this is not taking any of my time, not to feed my family. That's all. But this is sad. This is so sad. It's sad. Sometimes we say, oh, the youth, look, the youth are 65% of the voters in Liberia. They are. We cannot do this to ourselves. These people want to see you break apart. Hey, if anything happened to CPP, Mr. Cummings will be blamed, because he's the chairman for now. It's not just an ordinary organization like community association whatsoever. CPP, if they will lose elections, that means they lose it on their own. But there is no way CPP should lose election if they're serious. No way. No way. So I just damn pissed off with certain things, and I just want to let you know what. Let's just get rid of every damn thing and just continue and just go about your life. But we can't do that. We can't do that. Guys, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. And what's up, Prince Andrew? We can sit there and allow people just leaving. Yeah, Yeke left. For Yeke, we don't know. We don't know what the hell is that. What are the people? COP pay for lawyers. ANC is not there for you. And Mr. Yeke too need to just slow down a little bit. You need to slow down a little bit. You know that these people are going to go after you. Let's concentrate on what you're doing best. Concentrate on your district. Concentrate on things. Going around talking is good. Leave this profanity. We understand if it George Rice or not, it's or not, but stop. Let's slow down on the profanity, so your message can go through. I know you speak out of anger. People go after you for no reason. You are a certain lawmaker. There's no way you can just arrest a lawmaker. But let us just slow down with it. Too much insults and insults and insults. Prophet Kiyagi on Costa. But yet I say everybody wants some relevant. Oh, Costa do the Costa beg. You Prophet Kiyagi, you always begging to. Let us be. What we doing this for? So it is true that Liberians can never do anything straight. Money, greed. If I'm not in charge, it shouldn't be this. Some people say we hate President Weah for some reason. I don't know why we hate him. Because of sometimes the way we behave too. I can stay 365 days and attack President Weah. I don't need to curse him. I don't need to curse President Weah. Yes, I might say it's stupid what he's doing. That is not just on it. Like you going so you curse with passion. It make no difference. It make no difference. Because we're not seeing face to face, and he's still doing things to hurt your feelings too. He just made a new song. He said, I will get, look, at the man, big war, I will give them things to talk about. And that's true. He giving us things to talk about. The CPP need to be very, very strong. You need to be vocal. When I say vocal, you need to speak out. Every day you must be on the news. Every day you must counterattack whatever Joshua is doing. But nobody is doing it. You must counterattack. If Joshua said something today in the church and it's not right, you come out or you respond. Why you should be afraid to attack the president? getting fed up with the whole thing. I'm getting tired. Every day you go on Facebook, you hear people, why are you afraid? Facebook is for nothing. Joshua would never, I can put my life on the line. Joshua cannot win Montserrat County. We will monitor Joshua cannot win Montserrat County. I can tell anybody that. They're trying to cheat, but we will tell them, we will expose them. On a real thing, Joshua cannot win Montserrat County, my people. You got Alpha Toba in the race, you got DJ Blue in the race. Darius Dillon will not lose one vote. He will increase his vote. For the first time, the ruling party are on their knees, begging, spending money. You think that Thomas for their own money? No, that money is the government money. You got Nathaniel Magay giving $5 million to marketplaces in District 6. Why? Before he couldn't afford $25. You are begging around, but now you get $5 million. $5 million, about what? $5,000, $6,000 he gave to a marketplace. Don't let them fool. They stay blind, because giving it to the market is the marketing association. The people are in the market. It's not for them. It's not for them. Don't mind it. The real voters, and they got silent majority in our country. I can tell anybody that the silent majority will disgrace this president. We talk to them every day. They're in your government. We talk to them every day. They are in your government working salary. The silent majority will disgrace President Weah. Will put him on focus. But I can challenge anybody that President Weah will never change. President Weah will never change. It's embedded within him. That hate for other people, talk about hate. President Weah is more hateful than anything. Hateful. He's angry. He's envious of everything. Jealous. Y'all don't know that? This president is a jealous guy. Follow his record. But bunch of fools behind this president who don't even know him, and when you come on social media to talk, they open the ASS and start to speak out against you. Yes, you're sorry for that and bow for just now. He's here for you evil. He will go out and pretend as if you're listening to what the man said. He pretend as if he's saying the thing, but behind closed door, no. You think President will come and say, yes, I sent the police to disperse them? President never saw the police dragging the woman. That woman could be your sister, that woman could be your mom, your girlfriend, your whosoever, or because she didn't support you. The same thing the other fool president doing in this country here, shutting down everything because the police support him. This president is planning all kinds of things in America. Who knows? That's the same thing Joshua planning. That Liberian people are ungrateful, so he will do this and do that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But right after the election, America will have the election November, before our election December 8th. Yes. President Weah, if you steal that election, the next president of Liberia will order you the same way George Bush did. The next president will tell you, say, Mr. President, it is time you resign. Because Liberian people will go in the street. It's not a 2 days, it's not whatsoever. We're not having war in Liberia. Nobody will bring war to Liberia. But it will be an uprising from the citizen himself. That means the only thing, the only power they have, their vote, you stole it away from them. And you're planning to do it. You call the election commissioners, and the commissioner deviated Brown. The safety of Liberia is in your hands. Anything happen to Liberia, your family will live with it for the rest of their lives. Your family, your grandchildren, your great will live with it for the rest of their life. Now the Hammonds, when you're talking about elections, the Emo Hammond people, they don't speak anymore. They don't say nothing, because they are noted for cheating and raking elections. Yeah. But if anything happen in Liberia, if there's a riot in Liberia, the blood of the innocent people will be on you, Deviator Brown. So we need to say it. You need to post on your page. If any cheating goes wrong, you don't work for President Weah. It's a tenure position. If any cheating goes wrong and you try to change the result, and there's a problem in Liberia, the innocent blood, the people that will share the blood, people who will die or whatsoever, is on your head, Deviator Brown, the commissioner. The commissioner. Because we hear every day, you people will do this and nothing will come about it. The people will jump in the street for a few days, or they will go to court and it will be over with. Yes, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That is unacceptable. You cannot deprive the people of the only thing they're depending on, the only thing that make them leaders, the only thing that make them citizens, the only thing that make them patriotic citizens, their vote. Joshua got one vote. The citizen has one vote, and their votes are important. Joshua just is the president. Joshua has all the opportunity to make it right. The most popular man in Liberia today cannot even walk the street of Liberia without even transporting people behind him when he go to a program. When Joshua going to a program, 2 and 3 to 4 buses filled with people will go there, assemble and wait. CDC, shh, that's shameful. CDC, no. We must do something. So guys, this is the Cash App for Darius Dillon, and you can call Emmanuel Yato and help. The biggest problem in Liberia is the polling center. If you don't have money, protect your polling center, let me tell you today, because there are a lot of deals that happen at the polling center. Every polling center needs 2 observers, monitors, and a supervisor. The supervisor there to watch and see what's going on, because one at a time. When this guy come out to pee, to watch him, then you got another person who watching that supervisor, because that is where all kinds of things. After the results, some guys can sell that pink slip and you will not know the result from that polling center. Yeah. So be very, very careful. So if you can adapt a polling center, it will be good. Please, if you can adapt a polling center, it will be fine. Okay, that's the only good senator we got right now. So we must protect him. We must protect him. We must protect Darius Dillon. Yeah. So guys, that's the Cash App. You can support Darius Dillon. It can be $1, $10, anything you have. Just make the Cash App to that. Anything. This is the basketball, the light. They call it the light. Okay, I'll be leaving. So, Mr. Cummings, if there's any breakaway within the CPP, you'll be held liable. You need to, people are saying that they are pushing them away from you. You got to be flexible. You got to have a like broad trouble can end, yeah, but let me tell you the real truth. Like broad trouble can end. Yep. Okay, guys, I have another thing to take care of. You know, I lost my friend Shedwin. And follow me on YouTube and just go to Kishen the General. Kishen the General on YouTube. You will see my stuff, all my videos and other stuff.